It is officially election season. The Election Commission has released the schedule for a 7-phase election. The counting for the general elections will take place on the 4th of June. It is going to be one long, hot election season. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo Story. Our focus today, though, is on a high-profile and dramatic arrest of K.Kavitha, the daughter of former Chief Minister K.C. Rama Rao. She has been moved from Hyderabad to Delhi. She has challenged her arrest in the Delhi liquor scam, calling the charges against her fabricated and her arrest illegal. Her brother K.T. Rama Rao, you can see there on the shots, jumped to her defense as well and got into an argument with the Enforcement Directorate on camera. Ms. Rao has been accused effectively of paying 100 crore in kickbacks to the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party is also under the scanner. All of this is happening as Prime Minister Modi continues to give his call for Is Baar 400 Par. In fact, the Prime Minister was in Telangana continuing with his push in the southern states on the very day that this arrest took place. Meanwhile, Arvind Kejriwal, there continues to be speculation that he could be arrested before or after the elections. We don't know. He appeared in a court today and got himself a bail after ignoring ED summons multiple times, 7 times in fact. As election season kicks off, we look at this dramatic new political arrest of K.Kavitha. The TRS, the Congress believed, would move towards the NDA the moment the assembly elections were over and they lost the elections. That has not happened yet. To look at the politics of what's unfolded in Telangana, let's introduce our guests on the program today. Joining us from the TRS is Bhanu Prasad Rao, the leader of the party, the BRS, I should say. Thank you, Mr. Rao. Mita Chakraborty, leader of the Congress, is with us. Welcome to the program, Mita. Also joining us is senior journalist from Telangana, Sriram Karri, who's of course at the Deccan Chronicle. And also joining us from the BJP is a senior leader, Guruva Reddy. He's, as you can see, in a car, and we hope his signal stays with us. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. I want to actually start by playing out a little snippet of what Kavita said as she was produced in a Delhi court. She's challenging her arrest. She said that my arrest is illegal. The charges against me are fabricated. I'll just play out that little clip and we'll begin the discussion right away. Take a look.
सर पीछे हो जाइए सर पीछे Ma'am, you want to say something? Ma'am, you want to kickback को लेकर क्या भी है kickback Ma'am, would you like to say something?
It's an illegal arrest. They're going to fight it out.
Illegal arrest.
It's an illegal arrest. We're going to fight it out. Let's open the debate now. I'd like to get Mr. Bhanu Prasad Rao, leader of the BRS, in. What are the options before you? The charges are very serious. Kavita has been accused, along with what's being called the South Group cartel, of paying 100 crore in kickbacks to the Aam Aadmi Party. I should say, in case you're wondering why the AAP is not on this program, they have declined to participate. They're saying the case is sub judice. How do you plan to respond to this? And what do you make of the timing of the arrest, Mr. Bhanu Prasad Rao?
Since last almost 2 years, they are dragging this case because they don't have any prima facie evidence even. So they're just dragging the case, and their political motive behind this case is clearly visible for the people of India. See, if they want to arrest her, since last 1.5 years, why they are dragging? What is the reason behind that, and why they have not produced any new evidence in the court after that particular few arrests? Before that, some people were arrested, and no new evidence was presented to the court. And in between, Mrs. Kavita approached Supreme Court, and in Supreme Court, actually, ED has categorically said that we will not take any coercive action till the judgment comes from the Supreme Court. Unless the Supreme Court judgment comes, unless there is some political pressure, they will not go against the Supreme Court order. I think that the election is going to happen, and see the timing. Yesterday, Actually, Mr. Narendra Modi was here in Hyderabad. He was participating in a road show. And at the same time, when he was in Hyderabad and when the road show was going on, they were arrested. So it is not a coincidence, and nobody believes that it's a coincidence, or it's going to be totally a politically motivated arrest. That much we can say, and definitely people will think over it, and we will fight legally.
Okay, let me bring in Guruva Reddy now. You make the point that on the day that the Prime Minister was there, this happened. The timing could not be a coincidence. It's all happening as the Lok Sabha poll schedule has been announced. But Ms. Kavita's Rao's submission that her arrest illegal is not being accepted by a Delhi court that has remanded her to 7 days in custody, as Sriram just points out. Mr. Guruva Reddy, how do you respond to the fact that this is politically motivated, that it's no coincidence that this arrest took place on the very evening that the Prime Minister was conducting a massive road show in Telangana?
See, of course, it is coincidental because both the Prime Minister office and the ED doesn't work, in a coordinated effort. Basically, it's a political scenario. It's all heating up in Telangana, of course, across the country. And Prime Minister Modi has his two schedules, prefixed, planned 1 month ahead. Now, I would say this arrest actually should have happened prior to the assembly elections, because the Supreme Court, she filed a petition in the Supreme Court and, saved out of fate. But, the end of the day, the truth has to come back. The truth has to surface. When the Deputy Chief Minister of the Delhi was arrested and put behind the bars on the same evidential facts, that have been corroborated, with the evidences collected by the arrest made by the ED, through other, other guys who are picked up. Now, it is supposed to be, as a process, regular process that they should follow, and enough time has been lapsed, and now it is the people's demand that she should be, definitely arrested, and
And
of
the
course,
timing, and the timing, and the timing. How do you see the timing?
timing is coincidental purely, I would say. There's no political agenda behind it. Now, if people would say, different opposition parties put in different perspective, but if you go back to prior to assembly elections and then talk about the timing was very bad for BJP not being, she not being arrested because the court interfered. Now the same court has granted, her the custody and then her custody. So definitely, more evidences would come out and the interrogation would go on, and then definitely, the due process will be followed.
Let me bring in Mita before I bring in Sriram. This is a very interesting situation, Mita, because you're in alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, where the AAP is the prime accused in this Delhi liquor scam. But you're an opponent of the BRS/TRS in Telangana. So it creates a very peculiar situation for you. What position are you going to take on this arrest of K.Kavitha, Mita Chakraborty?
I think, first of all, greetings to all your viewers and to the co-panelist. I think related to this particular arrest, yes, if there has been a scam, there should be a proper investigation, a free, unbiased investigation in a time-bound manner. And instead of using agencies like ED or CBI just to create a media hype or a media perception or a media trial, there should be a proper trial. And if convicted, the person should be arrested and booked. Now, the problem is that given the conviction rate of ED CBI being so low, and given the fact that ED and CBI are often used by BJP as their frontals, either as tools of political negotiation or as tools of creating fear and intimidation in opposition ranks and files, we become very suspicious, and especially given the timing that the arrest happened barely 1 day before the general elections are to be announced. Is it some kind of a setting which our Congress leaders have been talking about between the BRS and the BJP, where they're trying to create a wave of sympathy for the BRS party? Because for all this time, the ED had been quiet, and just a day before the elections were to be declared, and just a day when the Prime Minister is campaigning, here comes the arrest. So again, we go back as how ED and CBI are being treated as BJP's frontal cells and being used for their own political convenience.
Could you elaborate on this theory, this conspiracy theory of yours, that perhaps this arrest is the BJP's way of trying to create sympathy for the BRS? That sounds like a pretty confused theory. I'd like to hear more.
No. See, whatever happens, the settings that they have, and you have the BRS vote bank, and BJP is obviously trying to get some of the BRS's vote towards them. Now, here comes this great setting, because whenever they want to create a political narrative, they are using ED and CBI. My only submission here is that if there has been a scam, then by all means do the investigation in a time-bound manner. Instead of creating media trials and media perception, please arrest the person who is responsible for this scam. And it does not matter from which party the person is from.
Do you, before I go to Sriram, and I saw Mr. Guruva Reddy also had his hand up, do you support this arrest or do you criticize it?
No, we are not an investigating agency. We cannot support or criticize the arrest. We can only talk about the timing of the arrest.
Okay,
And the political narrative that the BJP,
and you find the timing suspicious, which I'll put to the BJP spokesperson in just a moment.
Yes, we do find the timing very suspicious.
Sriram, two things happened in the last 24 hours in Hyderabad. The Prime Minister's massive mammoth roadshow, which Deccan Chronicle front page, you yourself tweeted about that. And the second was this arrest. And the Congress spokesperson says there could be a covert orchestration here. The BRS spokesperson says the BJP is out to get us. The AAP is silent. The Congress is in a bind because it opposes this party regionally, but is in alliance with the AAP, which is linked to the scam in Delhi. What do you make of it all?
Barkha, thank you for the opportunity to speak. Yes, there were. I'll explain to firstly Guruva, my friend, what a coincidence is. The fact that you are wearing a green kurta, being a BJP leader, and so am I, and the font on the screen also is green, is a coincidence, Guruva. Prime Minister lands at 5:20. At 12:40, the ED comes to Kavita's house. CBI goes first, ED follows. They have a ticket to take her to Delhi at 7:30. And you're trying to tell us that it was a coincidence? That's not a coincidence, but I understand you can't say anything otherwise. Barkha, three things are happening clearly. The other thing that we are noticing is first time since 1982 in this part of the world, there will be an election in which a regional party is not significantly a player. Since the formation of Telugu Desam, YSRCP or TRS, BRS have been a significant player in Telugu. First time you're going into an election where the two principal rivals to 17 Lok Sabha seats, or 16 out of them, Hyderabad MIM being kept aside, is not BRS. It is Congress and BJP. Look at the problems of BRS. 120 days ago, we were in a debate and you were surprised when I said Congress could win. To a situation, BRS does not have 16 candidates. 9 sitting MPs, most of them are not willing to contest. They're going to contest from BJP. They want to go to Congress. BRS has tried to tell its players to MPs that looking for candidates, they're requesting them, saying we'll pay you money. They even kidnapped one guy. Yet the next day, the guy ran away to Delhi and joined BJP. This is a total collapse of regional parties in this part of the world. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I'm by no chance saying this is the end of BRS.
So you believe the BRS at this moment has collapsed, but Arvind Reddy had made a wager where after and before he won the election that he thought that the BRS would join the NDA. That has not happened. Do you still believe that that will happen given this arrest? Which is in a way what Mita is suggesting, that they still have a pact.
Well, Congress will say BRS, BJP are together, but BJP clearly wants to finish off BRS because they can then occupy the space. And do not forget this, Barkha, if you see the map of India, West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, right up to Maharashtra, BJP has not been able to defeat a single regional party in a state election one-on-one in non-Hindi scape of this country. So it's easier for the BJP to fight with the Congress without the BRS around. But BRS will not die like that. See, this is the problem when parties are going through a rough patch. We feel that's the end of them. It's not. But definitely they're going through the worst phase, and yesterday's shock, I think they're rudderless. They have no idea. This election already looks like 15 seats. The fight is between Congress and BRS, except Medak, where BRS might be second. They may win 0 or 1 Lok Sabha seat. They could be actually not there in parliament at all. This is the kind of collapse. Less 100 days. Today is the 100th or 99th day of the Congress government. So within 100 days, BRS has moved from wanting to dominate the country to a kind of existential dilemma. My own article today says from a force to a farce in 100 days. They're really reduced. Kavita's arrest has come at the worst time. This definitely will ensure that BRS is in no way able to focus on elections. Their key leader, former Chief Minister KCR, had a severe injuries, health-wise unwell. Her brother will have to be in Delhi fighting the legal battle instead of a political battle. And let's see what fight.
Okay, so quickly, to the BJP, you would say this is no coincidence. The arrest was, you're actually saying the arrest was timed to make a statement while the Prime Minister was there. To the BRS, you're saying at the moment you're finished. Is that a good summary, Sriram, before I take it back to both to all three politicians?
Absolutely, there are no coincidences in politics. Mr. Modi, remember, for 2 years he kept coming to Hyderabad. The Chief Minister would not meet him. This is the kind of snub no Chief Minister had dared to do. Mr. K.T. Ramarao kept criticizing Modi, challenging him, calling it Modi, BD, ED, Sodi, Modi, Godi, all those things for years. They have given the answer, and how.
Okay, let's take this back first to Guruva Reddy. There is no coincidence. Coincidence is Sriram and you wearing green. Mr. Rao and me wearing white. Coincidence is not Modi ji being in Hyderabad, showing his strength of the party, showing the ambition of the BJP in Telangana, and Kavita getting arrested the same day. First, your response to that.
I would agree with your point of view, even Sriram's point of view, but it's not just about coincidence. It's about it's about what people want, and it's about what the judiciary is doing at the moment. All the legal fraternity, I've been talking to some of the High Court and Supreme Court advocates that I know, that they're happy about it, because the process has to go through. You cannot put this process in a loop for too long, because it is hindering and it is actually damaging the entire democratic process. So that has to go. This was supposed to happen a few months back, but nevertheless it's happening now. Now, two people are happy about it that she's arrested. Whether it is coincidental or not, she's supposed to be arrested, because evidentially.
How do you explain the timing? Mr. Modi is there yesterday. The Lok Sabha dates are announced. We have the Chief Minister of Delhi going to court seeking bail. Kavita going to the same court and gets remanded. By the way, to the 23rd of March. She's going to be in custody at least till the 23rd of March. Mr. Guruva, I'm sure you have some theory about the timing.
See. Would you like to point out the timing as the wrong timing because there are elections coming up? Or
No, I am just asking. I have no idea.
Say coincidental or not doesn't matter. I'm talking about the justice that is supposed to be made. And this process is beginning, and people are happy about it. And even the legal fraternity, even the police department that I've been interacting with, is a big headache is now being resolved, because there is a regular debate, general discussions and questions that arise in everyday's life, even to the professionals, to advocates, to police gentlemen, who are in the politics as well, that why she is not being arrested, despite of a lot of evidences that have been corroborated in many occasions through other interrogations. Now this is happening. It's a happy process that should go on.
Yeah, I think you're saying the timing is irrelevant. Let's talk about the charges. Now, what are the charges? The charges are very serious. The charges are that K.Kavitha was part of what's being called a South Group cartel, a group of companies from the South that allegedly gave 100 crores in kickbacks to the Aam Aadmi Party in return for a favorable liquor policy. This is a clip I'm going to play out from a very much earlier interview that I did with K.Kavitha, and this is how she responded to the allegations. Take a look. You are facing heat from the Enforcement Directorate in what's come to be known as the Delhi liquor scam. There is anticipation that you could be the next major politician to go to jail. So let me start by asking you, if that happens, are you ready for prison?
Well, let me tell you, nobody till date knows if there is a scam or not, because our state BJP president accuses that it is a 1 lakh crore scam. and BJP leaders, small, big, different sizes, different positions, vary that number. So I believe the government itself is confused if there is a scam or not. But the spin that the Enforcement Directorate gives, or the CBI gives, or the IT gives, it's basically targeting the opposition. Now they have the power. They have a draconian law called Section 50 in ED, which will arrest you regardless if you are a victim or if you are a witness. If you are nothing, they'll still arrest you if they want to take the political vendetta. I mean, now the opposition is all united, trying to get that law thrown away. But then if it doesn't happen, and meanwhile people like me have to become a scapegoat, let it be so. What can you do? It's
Why do you call yourself a scapegoat? Why you? Why would they pick you of all of the leaders and target you? And are you making the categorical assertion that there is no scam? In other words, are you also giving a clean chit to the Aam Aadmi Party and to Manish Sisodia?
I'm saying I'm a scapegoat not because I am a big deal. I'm just a simple MLC. I'm a very small fish in a big pond. But the real target here is KCR Garu. Real target here is Arvind Kejriwal. Real target here is Tejasvi. Real target here is Nitish Kumar. So target are the regional party heads who are holding their cadre together, who are holding their fort together. Bharatiya Janata Party doesn't want that to happen in this country. They want everything to be only one color. They want one nation, one party. They've been very categorically making the statements openly in public.
Now, since that interview, Nitish Kumar, Sriram, who was referenced there, has gone across to the other side. I just want a quick response from you, and then I'll come to Bhanu and Mita. Sriram.
Well, after Kavita's arrest, some more might flip. One thing is very clear that I don't think if you did a honest poll across the country, anybody will believe that the law and order mechanism in India in the last several decades and worse in the last several years is anything but independent of politics. Even a local SI registering a case in your smallest town corner takes orders from his local political leader. BRS is guilty of running Telangana for 10 years in exactly the same way that they accuse Prime Minister Modi of running the central agencies. What about they have to say about the phone tapping by Mr. Praneeth Rao, a former intelligence head who's now in prison for illegally tapping phones of politicians, journalists, socially and economically important people for years now. So let us not pretend that law and order is, and everybody becomes the victim in opposition, but when they come to power, they don't want to rectify the system. They want to exploit it and give it back. So let us not pretend that central agencies or local agencies are independent, and no politician wants to make it better. They're just waiting for an opportunity to come to power and then give it back to the other party.
So let's get Mita and Bhanu and then Guruva to respond to this. Mita, awkward position, as I said, for the Congress. Kavita, they're talking about regional parties trying to hold their flocks together. You've already lost from the India Alliance, Nitish Kumar. There is word that in Andhra, both Jagan and Naidu want to join the NDA. It's probably going to be Chandrababu Naidu. But Jagan really doesn't have a great relationship with his former party, the Congress. Naveen Patnaik and the BJP are in talks. So where does that leave, in a way, this the India Alliance, and the muddled response, the essential contradiction of the alliances in Kerala, for example? The left doesn't want Rahul Gandhi in Kerala because it's left versus Congress. In Telangana, you can't really either support or oppose Kavita's arrest because you're opposing their party there. But in Delhi, you're in alliance with Kejriwal, but in Punjab, you're not. You see what I'm saying? It's quite confusing, even for you, I'm sure.
It is not confusing at all, and I'll tell you why. And there are multiple layers to your query. So first of all, let us talk about the India Alliance formation block. Now, the India Alliance has been formed at the national level so that we can give a socio-political alternative to the people of India. We have a definitive economic vision as how we want to tackle problems like unemployment, price rise, etc. We represent the secular values. We believe in the constitution. We believe in the federal structure of the country. So we're bringing an alternative vision to the people of India by forming either pre-poll alliances, and in certain states, the political strategy for every state is going to be different. In certain states, by forming a post-poll alliance. So, for example, in states like Kerala or Punjab, where BJP is a distant third or a BJP is distant fourth political force, Why do you think a party like Indian National Congress and Left Front, I'm giving the example of Kerala, should share their political space just to make more space for BJP? Does not make any political sense at all. However, out of the 20 Lok Sabha constituencies that we have in the state of Kerala, whoever wins, it gets added to the India bloc. Similarly, the state of West Bengal, from where I come, TMC is not out of the India Alliance bloc, as confirmed by the TMC spokesperson.
But she announced candidates in every single seat.
Absolutely. So there will be no pre-poll alliance. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that the election strategy will be different in different states. From the day one, Mr. Kharge had said, we will have a state-by-state strategy.
Okay.
It will either be pre-poll or
I think Sriram has an interjection, so I'm going to allow that and then let you complete your point. Sriram, you are very amused. Why are you amused?
No.
Sorry, Mita. Sorry, Mita, I'm going to come back to you. Sriram, you're very amused. Why?
Mita, I'll tell you the problem. If you look at most opinion polls, BJP is racing to about 300 seats in places where all the partners of India together are irrelevant because they've crossed the 50%. But good luck to India Alliance, firstly. And I accept the wisdom that you should fight Prime Minister Modi not with one strategy nationally, but different strategies. It makes sense that in Kerala, Left and Congress continue to fight rather than come together, then BJP will grow. That's fine. But you can't give many examples like that. Leave Kerala, leave Tamil Nadu, leave Telangana, where Congress will win many seats. You'll win many more seats than BJP, and BRS will get zero. I mean, predicting Barkha, you can remind me on June 4th. But it doesn't go beyond that. I'm from Madhya Pradesh also. I'm from Chhattisgarh also. MP, Chhattisgarh, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Delhi, Rajasthan, Gujarat, parts of Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh. You know, all that adds up to. So India Alliance, Barkha, or any alliance will be as attractive as it adds electoral value.
Let's let her complete a point now. Mita, yeah.
So what I'm trying to say here is, and thank you for endorsing this view, is that every state will have a different political strategy. And that is how we have stitched the India Alliance together. So while we have alliances with parties like Aam Aadmi Party, Samajwadi Party, we have alliances in place in Maharashtra, in Tamil Nadu, in Jharkhand, in Bihar as well. But in certain states, in West Bengal, we are likely to go with the Left Front. But in certain states, we will have a post-poll arrangement. And that is how we have designed the India Alliance. Regarding Telangana, yes, we are politically fighting BRS within the state, as well as nationally, we are fighting against BRS. BRS is claiming that they're opposed to BJP. Now, what happens after election, we will see. But as of now, BRS has never been part of the India Alliance bloc, and it still continues to remain outside the India Alliance bloc.
Okay, you have made a very interesting question there, and that question is: could the BRS join the NDA? And I want to take that to Bhanu Prasad Rao. Mr. Rao, can we get Mr. Rao there? I can see him still trying to fix his shot. Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Rao. Can you hear me?
There's some problem.
Okay, never mind. Let me get Sriram on that. Sriram, you made a prediction about 0 seats for the BRS in the Lok Sabha, and while Mr. Rao reconnects, what is your prediction on the BRS joining the NDA?
Join NDA and add what? You can't add 0 to BJP's. They won't invite a party without MPs to join them. Join what?
What do you mean?
BRS will desert.
You mean they'll have nobody to join?
Yeah, in Lok Sabha they'll be 0. They'll become 0 in Rajya Sabha in 3-4 years. Their MLCs will leave them. There are 38 MLAs. 39 they won. One passed away. Young lady, sadly, recently. But out of 39, 30 odd people will leave the party after Lok Sabha. Who will go to BJP, who will go to Congress, will be of local interest. But they'll be left with single-digit MLAs, no MPs. Join BJP, and why will BJP take them? What are they bringing to the table?
But Sriram, Sriram.
Just like BRS tickets, no candidate wants. BRS is a party, no alliance wants. Neither Congress nor BJP right now.
Okay, let's open this up. Guruva, I'm sure Mr. Rao, you're back with us. So first Bhanu Prasad Rao, and then I'll give the last word to Guruva Reddy. Yes, Mr. Rao. One second. Yeah.
To give me time because I have to answer the 3 people's queries, whatever they have mentioned.
Yes.
So, firstly, what Mr. Sriram has said, I disagree with him that there is no candidate for BRS. If you see now, almost 80% or I can say 90% of the BJP candidates they are putting now in the coming elections, parliament elections, belongs to our party. They have no candidates, they have borrowed from our party. In the similar manner, in Congress party, more than 50% of their candidates are from our party. They don't have party, they don't have candidates, that's why they have borrowed from our party. Whereas in our party, we have candidates in almost all the parliament constituencies. Right now, we have candidates, and you will see after elections, let us discuss about it. As you have said, maybe some of the MLAs, some of the MLCs, some of the MPs may go to some other party. But we know how to build the party again, and we from the grassroots level will build the party again, and will come in the next elections. We will show our strength. We will show our strength.
Okay. Would you if you had no, 1 minute. Would you consider joining the NDA because you're not part of the India Alliance, or are you going to be like Mayawati on your own?
Barkha, interestingly, they tried to announce.
Mr. Rao, Mr. Rao, I hope he'll come back and answer that question.
Barkha, one interesting point. They announced a tie-up with BRS 4 days back. Mayawati has cancelled it and dismissed the state president also, saying, who are you to join the BRS? Nobody wants to be with BRS. They're not winning anything. He can win it through grassroots. That means he acknowledges that in the short term, they have no prospects.
Okay, Mr. Rao, I was asking you when we lost you that would you consider joining either the NDA or the India Alliance, or like Mayawati, will you remain on your own?
No. But Mayawati's stand is totally different from us, and we will stand on our own agenda, and we will definitely fight against these two parties, because as I have observed nationwide, wherever these two national parties, their agenda is only one. They will gale lagao regional parties ko, gale lagao, gala dabao.
Gale lagao regional parties ko, gale dabao. That's a great quote.
Gale lagao, gale dabao.
It's a great quote, at least. Gale lagao, gala dabao. Okay.
Gala dabao. That is the only strategy of these two parties. They will now, indeed, they are saying India. Now that is also to suppress some local regional parties. NDA will say that we have seen the NDA before in the last elections, how they have behaved with Telangana party. Now they want to align with Telangana party, and they want to see that Chandrababu Naidu is thrown into ashes. So their strategy is like that. These two people, their strategy is very clear. And as a regional party with some political knowledge and political analysis, we will never join with these two parties, and we'll fight for the public cause.
Mr. Guruva Reddy, there is a point here, because whether you look at what's happened in Bihar, where Nitish Kumar is a diminished force, you look at Haryana, where your party has dumped Dushyant Chautala and been able to form the government again. I think Mr. Bhanu Prasad Rao has some right to his cynicism that what the BJP will want is gale lagao, gale dabao, and the BRS is of no use to you anymore. If it was, your attitude may have been different. Maybe that explains the timing of the arrest. Quickly, last word, and then I'll get Sriram to close. Yeah.
See, first of all, I'd like to go back to his answer that while Bhanu Prasadji was talking about we borrowed their MPs. No, that's actually I don't agree with that point of view. It's not we borrowed anybody. Those people left, they dumped their party, and they wanted a better future, better association, so they joined BJP. When somebody joins BJP and they're seeking MP ticket, and we'll definitely verify if they are suitable to fight and their credentials, because some of them were sitting MPs and some of them had been MPs. So definitely, we would like to take advantage when somebody is a force, as a leader, joins the party, and we would do that. We did not ask anybody to come and join. We basically TRS is diminishing, and people have actually now dumped TRS. Now we have to look at this point of view where leaders who had a vision of surviving in the politics for a longer time, definitely they would look for a umbrella, where a shelter where they would survive themselves. So we did not borrow anybody. That is the first clarification. Number two, Taking the example of, where the alliances in Andhra or Bihar or other places, any political party, especially NDA, we had alliances of course, a small part of the seats that we want to control or be in sharing power in some of the states. Definitely, it's an advantageous strategy that whenever BJP, gets into an alliance with any political party, whether it is Andhra, whether it is Bihar, take any part of the country. Definitely, as a political party, we act as a political party. If there's a timing is suitable, the timing is required. Definitely, we'll take this strategy. If other parties don't like it, so be it.
Okay, it's Darwin's world. It's survival of the fittest. I have one closing question to you, Sriram Karri. Modi's "Ab ki baar 400 par" call, and the opposition banking its hopes on the southern states outside of Karnataka. What should we be looking out for in Telangana in particular in terms of the BJP's ambitions?
Barkha, one point aside before I answer that.
Yes.
You remember the start of the Modi era in 2014, they talked about Congress Mukt Bharat. Very clearly, Mr. Modi has understood a bigger threat to BJP's dream of ruling all of India with absolutely nothing else is not Congress but regional parties. They are not saying it, but now the BJP approach is regional party Mukt Bharat. Dominate. Let Congress be your weak rival in as many states as possible. It's easier to defeat the Congress for the BJP than a regional party like BRS or YSRCP, DMK, TDP, etc. So the next phase of BJP will be a relief for Congress because the focus will be on regional parties. They'll want Congress to be around. So Mita her gala is not... the second thing I'd like to bring to answer this in Karnataka and Telangana, two states where Congress had emphatic wins. Interestingly, where Karnataka, the BJP has kind of come back with a resounding, sense of power as far as Lok Sabha is concerned. So we may see BJP win bulk of the seats. In Telangana, Congress will hold most of it. Like I said, out of 17 seats or 16, if you remove the MIM seat of Hyderabad, 16 seats, I would think Congress will win 10 to 11 seats, BJP will win 4 to 5, BRS will get 0.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to your prediction with the caveat that in the assembly elections, you did forecast very categorically Arvind Reddy's win before anybody did, and you were right. But if what you're forecasting is true, it's certainly bad news today for the BRS, at least multiple sets of bad headlines, and election season is officially here. For the next 2 months, it's going to be politics, and we'll see a lot more of all of you. Thank you very much, Mita, Guruva Reddy, to Bhanu Prasad Rao, to Sriram Karri, and to our audience. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.
Mojo Story has always made a commitment to its viewers to go to where the story is. And as you can see here, we are at the epicenter of the Israel war on Gaza. We are right at the front line, about 1 mile from the Gaza Strip, as the Israeli military gets ready with its tanks and its gunners to begin its final frontal assault that will take troops into Gaza. As we said, we are not like other organizations. We believe in giving you all sides of the story objectively and as much as possible from the ground. And that's exactly what we're doing here, covering the biggest global story today from the epicenter of the war zone. So please, we need your support. Support us, become a Mojo member, subscribe to us, spread the word, and thank you for your support.